Well, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Welcome to the Stick to Travel podcast. A slight, what can I say, announcement, rebranding of the channel. We're not doing that content anymore. We're doing this content. On this show here, the first of its very kind, I'm going to be talking about my top 10 destinations. I've been to quite a few countries, but I've picked out my favorite 10 places that I've been to. Also, we're going to be talking about the top 5 mistakes that we make when we travel to other countries, and apart from some other bits and pieces. So, welcome. If you're watching me now, we are live and direct from the studios of a Stick to Travel podcast. So I'm quite nervous. I'm very, very nervous. But let's kind of get this show up and running. Just don't keep it too long. So the first destination I want to talk about is Dominica. Now, not Dominican Republic, Dominica, where the accent is more on the second I. I featured this because although I've not been to Dominica in best part of almost 30 years, 30 years, this is the country, I'm saying island, the country of my mother and father's birth. So the motherland, the mother and fatherland. And let me quickly remove this out of the way so you can actually see it. Is it this one? I think it is this one, isn't it? Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. So Dominica, Dominican Commonwealth, the capital is Rosa Dominica, and like I said, I haven't been there for almost over 30 years. But from my memories, these were the favorite places, touristic places at least. The Emerald Pool. And I think what I'll do, can I put up the photos? There we go. Yeah. So this is the Emerald Pool. Again, it looks a lot bigger from my memory, anyway. At least from the last time I went to Dominica. These are all touristic areas. Trafalgar, is it Trafalgar? No, it's not. It's not. What am I talking about? Trafalgar Falls, another touristic place. I know, again, from my memory, there wasn't this veranda where you can actually overlook and see the Trafalgar Falls. So you can see on the right is the baby, and on the left is the big father, Trafalgar Falls there. And again, I need to get back to the fatherland, that is Dominica. Wonderful memories, man. And an island of not more than 72,000 people. And those people can fit in the Wembley Stadium, I believe. But if you're thinking of traveling somewhere in this world, maybe think about going to Dominica. Small island. It's also famed for its scuba diving. And also, you might not know this, but I'm telling you now. Yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean, Johnny Depp, they actually filmed, I think, the first and second movie, east side of Dominica. A wonderful, wonderful island. So if you've not been there, go to Dominica. I might come along with you. I might just come along with you. So my second favorite destination, go through this very quickly, was Rhodes. Rhodes, Greek island. Oh my goodness. I've got to say, probably the best holiday that both my wife and I have been to. A quick shout to everyone still at the Meliton Hotel. When we arrived there, I think it was 2018, 2019, our flight arrived there very, very late. So it was all inclusive. We went there, and the guy, I can't remember the guy's name, they had closed the bar. Even the supermarket, mini market was about to shut down. But because we arrived late, they said, you know what, we're going to give you some food. I thought, oh, really? And it was like 10:30, almost 11 o'clock. But the people there in Rose Island was so friendly, really, really friendly. And I've always told my wife that I would love to go back. But she said, you know what about all the other countries that we need to visit? I said, yeah, what about them? But I would love to go back to Rhodes. So again, you can just see some photos there of the missus and I, and just kind of need to check this, get my facts right. Yes. So I'll just say something very, very quickly. So when we went out, I think on the second or third day, at the bottom right hand corner, you can see that is where we were staying, at the Meliton Hotel. and the beach was less than maybe 20 minutes walking distance, but there was a shuttle service that could take the guests from the hotel to the beach. But we took it, and then afterwards we walked. So we're walking around, and there's a lot of these cyclists, and we're thinking, shall we hire a cycle? No, we didn't. We took the bus. We took the bus to the Old Town, Rhodes Old Town, and there was a photo of us drinking 2 pints of beer, but I thought I better not include that in there. But Rhodes, again, it's a wonderful island, man. Yeah, I know there's been some story about the island of Simi where we went to. Again, I mean, it was a cheap holiday. It didn't cost us more than £1,000 for 2 of us. A 7-day, 6 nights stay in Rhodes. But wonderful memories of going to Rhodes. Again, I'd love to go back there sometime in the future. The next, I say, top 10 destinations for us, Madeira. Yeah, the birthplace of Ronaldo, the Portuguese Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo. And I think it wasn't more than 3 hours flight, memory serves me well. And I think it's a Portuguese colony, former colony island, but it's closer to Africa rather than Portugal. But anyway, again, another really good destination to go to. The food was very, very nice. The only bad point or sad point was the hotel. And I'm going to get to be talking about the top mistakes that people make, like I made, before going on holiday. I didn't read the reviews properly, and it was a disaster. But the holiday, the island experience was wonderful. I mean, we met so many nice people because I had booked tours for both my wife and myself. I think I booked 4 tours. Eastern Wonders, I think Northern Wonders. We booked a boat trip with a particular tour operator. It was really, really nice. And again, the people were friendly. The weather, absolutely fantastic. Again, the flight is not more than 4 hours, I believe. But wonderful place, wonderful memories there. You can see we actually went to old brewery, no, a wine brewery. And so that's the photo on the bottom right hand side. And the top, that's when we went to Northern Wonders, northern part of Madeira. But wonderful. Next destination. Now, I had to mention this, otherwise my wife would have killed me. Now, my wife is Colombian. Much like I mentioned Dominica, my parents are Dominican. If I did not mention Dominica, my mom would kill me. But I thought, you know what, top destination, Colombia. The top photo was one of the first photos that I took when I went out to Colombia, like the one in the middle. And the one on the right was when I went there the last time, 2018. Now, Colombia is when you speak to people about Colombia, they think, oh my goodness, drugs. Oh, no. Colombia has changed vastly over the last 20, almost 30 years. Lots of investments, at least what I saw when we was in Bogota, lots of banks opening up there. So the development, they've even got a wonderful metro system in Medellin, that my favorite city, the second biggest city in Colombia. But Colombia is a nice country. You've got to visit. We try and go the European route. I think there are direct flights from the UK straight to Bogota, at least to Medellin. Not so much going via the United States. You need to think about getting a visa. Again, I'll talk about the mistakes that people make before they're traveling on their holidays. But at Colombia, South America, the people are very friendly. But you got to at least learn some basic phrases in Spanish, like "Hola, ¿cómo estás?" No, "Buen día, buen noches." Got to learn a bit of Spanish. I can speak a bit of Spanglish at least. Right, next destination, favorite destination, Gibraltar. You're probably thinking, what? Gibraltar. Now, we went during the pandemic. We did. From my memory, Gibraltar was one of the places where the COVID restrictions weren't so tight. Remember when the pandemic hit? I mean, you couldn't literally travel anywhere. I said to my wife, look, let's think about maybe going someplace. Let's go to Gibraltar. Now, I haven't got the picture here. When we were walking from the airport to our hotel because it wasn't really far. I tell you what, the landing strip, because Gibraltar is one of the toughest landing parts for pilots. We were watching some videos of the airplanes like tilting and swaying, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, how are we going to overcome that? But Gibraltar, the landing strip, is just like on the edge of the cliff, and you can just walk across it. You can walk across the landing strip for the airplanes. Picture that. You land, you come out the airplane, you go through the customs, you come out, you're thinking, hang a minute, the landing strip is just there. But you can see lots of the history of Gibraltar, you know, the British taking over, you know, the Gibraltar Rock, that we went up and we walked down. Yes, we walked up and we walked down. There's also a picture that I didn't put in there where I think it's called the Sky Trip, where this transparent platform has been wedged into parts of the Rock of Gibraltar, and you can walk across it. And we did it, and I was very, very scared because you can actually see, you know, through this transparent platform, thinking, oh my goodness. But Gibraltar, again, the people were very friendly, the climate was very nice, the food was very British-like, yeah, you know, fish and chip shops all over the place. But it was a surprise trip. I think we went in 2000 and was it 2021? I forget. Anyway, next destination, Costa Rica. My friends, my ex-students must be watching now thinking, he better mention Costa Rica. He better mention Costa Rica. Now, I mentioned Costa Rica because I lived and worked in Costa Rica for 2 years. And that lived long in the memory until my father passed away, and I came back in 2009. And I went back for the first time last year, meeting some of my ex-students and just kind of going back. But anyway, cut a long story short, again, Pura Vida, pure life, the country, the island, very, very nice. I hope to go back again next year to explore some of the places I didn't get to go to. For example, Jaco Beach, which is a very popular beach for the tourist, even some places to the northwest. That kind of escapes me now. I did go to Limon, which is in the northeast, the Caribbean parts of Costa Rica. I stayed mainly in San Jose, but again, Costa Rica is a very, very nice destination. And again, I hope to go back there and build up my business, because I did teach out there as an English teacher. You're probably thinking, really? Yes, I did. I didn't want to show those photos, but you can see there, when I went back last year, I met up with some friends. There's me walking in San Jose, going towards San Pedro, where I used to live. And the top right-hand corner is a view outside my hotel room. But I couldn't put all the photos in there, could I? Actually, I could have. That photo to the left is one of the famous volcanoes in Costa Rica called the Arenal volcano, or Volcan Arenal. Yeah, so a really good destination. And again, I hope to go back next year. Next destination on my list, Lisbon in Portugal. Another good destination. I'm struggling. I think we went in 2014, 15, something like that. Yeah, it was a city break. We were there for 6 days. Yeah, you can see there. We didn't get to go on the trams though. Yeah, we were just so amazed with the cobbled street stones, thinking, how long did it take them to fit all those, like, anyway, we were lucky because the weather, you can see from the photos, it was a little bit cloudy, but it was quite warm. But yeah, another place I want to go back and visit. My wife's just saying, but Alex, we've got all those other destinations we need to go to. I'm thinking, really? Yeah. But Portugal, Lisboa, you need to go. You need to go. My next destination, favorite destination, is Amsterdam, Holland, Amsterdam. Now, the fuel or the idea why we went to Amsterdam was mainly because I've got my good friend James Rowe who lives out there, and we went to see him. We spent a lot of money. Amsterdam is it's a nice city. Forget about people talking about, oh, the red light district and this, that, and the other. It has changed somewhat. It's become more modernized. Expats are moving over there, according to my friend James Rowe. But very expensive, very, very expensive. You can see there was another photo I wanted to use, top right hand corner, where we went. I can't remember the place we went to, but you can see all the windmills. I mean, talking about sustainable energy. Look, nothing's changed. 200-300 years, still need to use wind power at least. We went to a cheese factory, which was run by 4 generations of the same family. So you can see my wife is wearing those clothes. I think you could probably see the photo there. And my wife was outside the Amsterdam Museum, and me, I was outside the station there in Amsterdam. Again, a really good destination. Again, said to my wife, let's go. No, Alex, we actually, no, we need to go back, Alex. We need to go back. Yeah. So I'm not sure whether James is watching now. James, I have said on numerous occasions, because it's been like 5 years since we visited you in Amsterdam. But I hope maybe this year we'll be coming to see you. And do you know what? That grey hat, that grey cap I'm wearing in those photos, I've lost it. Late last year, I went to my mum's. I came back home. I realized I wasn't wearing my hat. So if anyone's watching now and lives in Amsterdam, it's got an A for Amsterdam, not A for Captain America. But if you're watching, if you could buy me one and send it to me, I'm only joking. I'm only joking. We also took some photos on the Amstel Bridge with James. But again, there was just the room there. There's only so many photos I can actually fit into that frame there. My next favorite destination, Palma Mallorca. Yes, we went there to see my wife's cousins. I don't think they're watching now, actually. Yeah. Giovanni, I'm not sure if you're watching, Giovanni. Maybe Giovanni's not watching because he understands very, very little English. He's a big Real Madrid fan, but he would have been happy. But from my memory, the view from the hotel was absolutely spectacular. Wow. Oh my goodness. I think a couple of days after, we went to the northern part of Mallorca, and I forget the destination. And you see the bottom middle photo. We were on the top of this, I don't know, man, mountain, and you think if you topple over, you're gone. But the view. Let me just try and remind myself what was the northern part of Palma Mallorca. My wife saying to me, Alcudia. Wonderful. The view spectacular. And again, because there's only so many photos I could put in this frame here, but Alcudia, according to my wife, northern part of Mallorca, Palma Mallorca. A little bit downside, I think, for my memory, when we went to the restaurant, I think the restaurant food wasn't that great. But again, probably they had an off night, or they probably just saw Mr. Alex. Here comes Mr. Alex. Let's give him the scraps. We had the scraps. But Palma Mallorca, again, the weather was absolutely fantastic. A good destination to go to if you are on a budget. My next favorite destination, El Salvador. Now, I'll put El Salvador in there because although I didn't stay in the country that long, I was like traveling back from Costa Rica back to England. So it was a connecting flight, and I had a few hours just to totter around. Didn't take any photos. Did not take any photos. But if you can see what's happening in El Salvador now over the last 2-3 years, the President Bukele, how he has transformed the country, which was the former murder capital of the world, is now one of the safest places in the Northern Hemisphere. So I think it's worth visiting again. I know a lot of Americans, Europeans are now flocking to live in El Salvador for a better standard of life. Not thinking about the violence there, but I'm encouraged from what I'm seeing coming out from El Salvador. Bukele, he's done a great job. It's come at a cost. In order for him to get the country to be one of the safest places, safest countries, he's had to do a lot of work. And I can see myself maybe going with my wife to El Salvador. The savior. You can get El Salvador, the savior. And Bukele, from what I'm seeing, he has been the savior for El Salvador. My next favorite destination. Oh, no, we're finished. We're finished. We're finished. That was so quick. That was so quick. Oh, my goodness. All right. So that's it. You can come in live chat. Let me know your thoughts about what has been your favorite destination. It has to be a place that you've been to. All right. I'm not going to choose a place I've not been to. So let me know in the comments box which place you have been to. And by the way, you are watching Stick to Travel podcast. I'll put it back up just to remind everybody. Yes, to Travel podcast. We're not doing that content anymore. No, we're not. Right, we're going to take a quick pause for the pause. And let me quickly just remove this, and we can talk about this very, very quickly. Now, there is an opportunity. We love to give opportunities for people. We do indeed we do. And the reason why I'm saying this, maybe you're probably thinking, I could probably do extra cash, extra income just to supplement, what we get in the household, because we know the times that we are living in is very, very tough, isn't it? Even we're feeling the pinch as well. And we've got two incomes coming in the house, but doesn't make things any more easier. But there are some opportunities. If you're thinking to get extra cash, you're probably thinking, I could probably do with paying that bill, or paying these bills, or buying some clothes for my children, school clothes, because you know how children are, uniforms, they're very expensive, and children might come home with the ripped shorts or ripped trousers or busted shoes. So if you're probably thinking, actually, Alex, give me some more information. What are you talking about? What am I talking about? This is only for some people, because some people are not interested. They're quite okay, just struggling along. Before you know it, you're in your 50s and 60s. You think, what happened to my life? Just passed by. So again, this is not for everyone. It's this opportunity here. But if you are watching me now and you're thinking, all right, Alex, give me some of that, I'm interested, send me an email, arsenalrepublic1@gmail.com, and I will tell you indeed about how, who, where you can get joined up onto this opportunity. So what I was going to do, again, we're taking a quick break, of course, for the pause. We're going to play this video. See you on the other side. We interrupt this show with some news about an opportunity which might just be for you. Now, we know the times that we're living in with the crisis. Fuel prices are going up. Some of us are losing our jobs. We don't have a second set of income. And maybe it could be that we are one-parent family. Now, if you're looking for passive income, a way to get you out of the situation that you are in, there was a genuine opportunity which might just be for you. So have a look at this video, and you can send me an email at arsenalrepublic1@gmail.com.
I have learned from the life I live that there are opportunities all around us if we will only just look and listen. With opportunities comes risk and rejection, yes. But imagine looking back and saying, I did that, rather than waiting until it was too late. If you want passive income and a sense of personal freedom, act now. This is not for everyone. Not everyone is looking. If you are that person, contact us now. arsenalrepublic1@gmail.com.
And with that, we'll take you back to the live show. Thank you for that, Alex. I really appreciate that. So again, enjoy life, enjoy your family, enjoy freedom. If you're looking for some freedom, some income, extra income, earn extra monies, send me an email. All right. So my next part on this is, the top 5 travel mistakes that people make, that we make. Yes, I'm not sure. My wife is listening. Mistake number 1. Overpacking. Now, we've been lucky. Actually, my wife's been lucky. The last time she traveled was to Colombia, and the airline, I'm not going to promote the airline's name. The allowance was 2 luggages, 25 kg. 25, 23 kg. I'm thinking, wow. But some people don't do their homework. They arrive at the airport, they go, oh, I've got these 3 luggages. Yeah, all like, what? That one's got like 40 kg. This one's got 30 kg. Oh, the allowance is only 23. And what happens inevitably when you get to the airport, you either have to chuck away some of your clothes or you've got to pay the fee. You don't want to be paying the fee. Do your homework before you travel and get to the airport. Find out what are the allowances. Yeah, we know what EasyJet is like. Yeah, Ryanair, you know, you got to breathe, you got to pay for that. You got to sit down, you got to pay for that. Pay for the belt, you got to pay for that. Everything you got to pay for. So before you go to the airport, make sure you are aware of the allowance, the baggage allowance. Hand luggage, hold-all luggage. There's a big difference. Anyway, mistake number 2, traveling without travel insurance. I mean, that's a surefire, opportunity for a disaster, isn't it? How are you going to travel without travel insurance? Actually, I've done it a couple of times. I have done it a couple of times. I was thinking, actually, you don't want to be doing that, man, because you never know. Anything can happen. Yeah, you probably, slip up and fall over. You end up in the hospital. Mr. Lee, Mr. Sandy, do you have a travel insurance? No, I forgot. Oh, get him out. Get him out of the hospital. Hasn't got any money. Yeah, and the worst case scenario, if there is somebody passes away whilst they're abroad, having the body to be, repatriated back to the country, get travel insurance. Do it. All right. You don't want to be ending up, short chain. You're thinking, oh my God, how did I end up here? If only. Get travel insurance. Not checking mobile phone plans. I've done this. When we went to Gibraltar, these phones these days, you can get dual SIM card slots. So I went there with my my contract phone, thinking, yeah, I'm going to be all right. Gibraltar, it's going to be okay. There was no service. There was no service. Thank goodness I had my other SIM, which is a pay-as-you-go. I did not read the roaming contract on EE. Yeah, if you go to the European, you have to pay. I was thinking, what? So make sure you check, the mobile phone plan before you travel to a European country, abroad, further the long haul. Check the phone plan, because you want to be going there and find that you're incommunicado. There's no communication. People sending you smoke signals. Where's Alex? Alex, respond to the smoke signals, please, because you're not picking up. Check the mobile phone plan. Next mistake that we make, not booking enough time between flights. I have been there before. I've been there. And you know what? Recently, Costa Rica. Now, this wasn't really our fault. I say we because like 30 of us stranded. We just come off the flight from London to Houston. Arriving at Houston, there was a massive queue, and I'm there watching my clocks, thinking, we've got enough time. No, we've got just about enough time. Oh, no, we haven't got enough time. So when we got through the customs, we had to have our bags checked again for a second time. Got to the gates. They had already rolled back the airplane. Like, no, they didn't. No, it wasn't rolled back. They had closed the gates, but the plane hadn't rolled back yet. And talk about a thorough, oh my goodness. I mean, fights could have broken out. So there were almost 30 of us stranded, but that wasn't down to us. It was down to how the airport had, configured what they're going to do with people coming off the flight from London going to Costa Rica. But usually, you've got to be very, very careful. Give yourself minimum 2 hours to get from point A, transit to point B. You don't want to get stranded. It's happened to me once when I was traveling to Colombia. Yeah, there was something wrong with the flight. There wasn't enough time, and I got to the gate, and again, people complaining. But thankfully, they put us up in a hotel. But make sure when you're booking, you give yourself enough time to transit, yeah, from one place to another place, going to another country. Now, there was quite a few, but I'll go through the last one. The last one is not checking visa requirements. Oh my goodness. How are you going to travel to a country when you're not even checking the visa requirements? How are you going to do that? You've got to check everything. You imagine, I mean, at what point would immigration realize you've traveled with no visa? You've got to check the finer details. You imagine spending £2,000 on a holiday. You get to the immigration. Oh, sorry, no. Where's your visa? Oh, I don't need a visa. Yes, you do need a visa. Always check the FCO, in a Foreign Commonwealth Office, or actually the what's it called again? The Foreign Office website. Sometimes there might be some conflicts between two countries, maybe our country, or that country where you're going to. There might be a threat of danger to life. Always check the websites because you just don't know. But visa requirement, that's bog standard. You've got to check that. You don't want to be stranded, man. Again, spending £2,000-3,000 for a family of four. You didn't get travel insurance. You didn't check the visa requirements. That's on you. That's on you. Right. Again, there were so many more, but I thought, let me just check or talk about the top five. Top five, or maybe 6 or 7. Yeah. Anyway, the next point we're going to talk about, the final point, is my top 5 destinations for this year. Now, I put Hawaii at the top. This destination has been on my list for the last, say, 15, almost 20 years. I've always wanted to go, and actually I just remember another destination, to Hawaii. And I've always wanted to go to New Zealand. Yes. Yeah. I don't know what it's like to go to Hawaii. You know, my Hawaiian shirt, maybe not my shorts. Not my shorts. No. But Hawaii, I've always wanted to go to Hawaii, and I forgot to put in there New Zealand as well. Mainly because for the landscape, just seeing, thinking, wow. I mean, I know they filmed Lord of the Rings there, but the landscape, wow. I would love to go. I would love to go if I had the money. Wifey. Anyway, roads. Let's go back to roads. Mainly because I had such a wonderful time. Of all the places I've been to, all bar Costa Rica and Colombia, roads for me was one of the best holidays both my wife and I went to. The resorts that we went to, the people, the other holidays that were so friendly. I mean, we met a family of 5, I think. They were from London, and we're talking about the clubs that I used to go to, they went to. I was thinking, what, do you know about this club? Yeah, we do. We used to go there in the 80s. Thinking, what? But the holidayers there in the resort were so friendly. The staff in the hotel were so friendly. When we went out on trips, day tripping, the people were so friendly. The weather was so, Galimera. I forgot about that. Galimera, whatever that means, I forgot. Morocco. I put Morocco in there because we are going to Morocco in July for 7 days. You always talk about Marrakesh. Someone did say to me, why don't you go to Agadir? It's closer to the beach. You like the beach? I said, we do like the beach. We're also going to be booking an air balloon trip. I can't wait for that, man. But I'm looking forward to going to Morocco. I know I've been to Africa. It's going to be the first time in Morocco. And I'm going to make sure I'm taking lots of photos and lots of videos to share with everyone. Next destination, familiar, Costa Rica. Again, like I mentioned before, I'm hoping to build up my business interests over there again. And because I just love the country, man. Yeah, if apart from Dominica, maybe Colombia, if I had to choose a destination where I would love to live, it's Costa Rica again. Again, the people, yeah, the way of life, pura vida, pure life. And last but not least, Bulgaria. I hear, there's a well-known travel expert talking about Bulgaria being a favorite destination for Brits. I said, Bulgaria, really? Yeah, is it Eastern Europe? Well, it's in Europe anyway, but I don't know, Bulgaria. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And you know what? I think that is that it. That's it. Yeah. So we've just spoken about how to earn extra income. I've already spoken about that, so we'll just go back. Actually, no, we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. So this has been the first show. Stick. What is it? Let me put it back up again. Let me put it back up again. There you go. There we go. Stick to Travel podcast. I hope to be doing one live show per week, and I hope to be doing it every Wednesday at 8 p.m. local time. I've been rapping on for 35 minutes. I won't be doing hour-long shows unless I've got maybe a guest or two on the show. But I've enjoyed talking about my favorite destinations. I'd even mention Australia. I like Australia. Went to Sydney in 2004. I mean the trip, it was like a 17-hour flight from London Heathrow to Japan. I forgot the airport, Naran Airport. That killed me, man. 17 hours. Oh my goodness. Then we had like a 4-hour wait for our connecting flight from Japan to Australia. I've got a good friend out there. He's coming back in October. Man, I don't know how he does it. But Australia, yeah, the streets were very nice, modernized. Darling Harbour, and watching the bridge, Sydney Bridge, Sydney Harbour Bridge, Sydney Opera House. Yeah, I don't know. Australia. Also didn't mention Tobago. Went to Tobago 2000, I think. It was 2000. Didn't mention that. Didn't quite get into my top 10. Yeah, nice islands. It was okay. And there was a couple of other destinations as well I have not mentioned there. But I've enjoyed doing this, the first Stick to Travel podcast. I hope you have. Make sure that you do subscribe, because we're going to be doing a formal rebranding and celebration of a new content channel over here. But I've enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed it. We had one person comment there. Carl, thank you for your comment. He just says hi, and hi back to you. Carl, we talk on WhatsApp, but thank you for commenting, being the first person to comment on Stick to Travel podcast. Until then, I will see you next week, Wednesday. Just talking about some other bits and pieces about travel news, earning extra income. Maybe you can come in and tell me your favorite, mistakes that you've made, or maybe your top 5 favorite destinations. But they have to be countries that you have been to. Until then, I shall bid you farewell on this first Stick to Travel podcast, and I'm out of here. I'm off to Morocco. Take care. Bye-bye.